talk of the town. I know you're feeling it now. Come
Hey
on and move to
everyone,
the
thanks for
sound.
tuning in today. Welcome to Talk of the Town, the Mount Airy Business and Leadership interview series. I'm Donnamarie Needle, resident and local realtor with Northrop Realty and sponsor of Talk of the Town, where the goal is to spotlight our small businesses and our awesome leaders and to encourage everyone to shop local, buy local, and eat local. Today we have a very special guest, a local leader and Scoutmaster of the longest running Boy Scout troop in Mount Airy. Jim Morton has been Scoutmaster and leader in our community for many decades, and Troop 460 is 75 years old. Mr. Morton, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Donnamarie. But if you would be so kind just to call me Jim, it kind of makes me a little bit feel a little bit, less of a older person, so to speak.
Okay, Jim, I will
Yeah.
totally call you Jim, no problem.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and get started, Jim.
Sure.
So tell us how long you've been Scoutmaster for Troop 460, and this is a little bit of a two-pronged question. And what was the sort of pivotal moment when you knew this would be your path, and then how did you get started in this journey?
Thank you. Well, I've been Scoutmaster for 32 years. It wasn't something that I was looking for back in 1990, but it presented itself, and here I am. I moved to Mount Airy in 1977, and we were looking for a organization for our two boys to join, and to join Cub Scouts, Cub Scout Pack 460. And I became a leader in 1985. And I served on the pack side until my two boys crossed over into the Boy Scout troop. And so I've been the Scoutmaster there through my two sons, through their tenure of about 6 years. And then also I had my two grandsons come through the Cub Scout and Boy Scout program, and I was their leader. I think how I got started in a way was because of my father and the example he set for me. He was my Scoutmaster, and he is an Eagle Scout. I am an Eagle Scout, and my oldest son is an Eagle Scout. So I'm part of a 3-generation scouting family. Not knowing where the journey was going to lead, but in 1985, we'll call it, I began the journey, and here I am today.
That is very touching, generational, that it's been throughout your family. That's awesome. So what is Troop 460's history and relationship with the town of Mount Airy?
Well, like you had mentioned, the troop has been here for 75 years, sponsored by the Calvary Church. We have had a very workable relationship with the town, the mayor, the town council, the service organizations within the town that we assist with certain events. But what it allows the troop to do is to get front and center, face to face with the public when we are at these events that the town or the civic organizations asks us to do. Most specifically are our Eagle projects. I try to remember how many Eagle projects we've done around town. They've been numerous, from downtown to the ball fields, to the carnival grounds, to the library. These Eagle Scouts have left an impact, left their legacy with these Eagle projects around the town. And the town still, and I appreciate what they do for us, they still reach out to us to help with projects or endeavors that the town is in charge of. So it's a very good relationship. Granted, I've only been here for 32 out of the 75 years, but hopefully we'll have a real strong relationship in the future.
That's over 50%, so that's good. In your 32 years, how many scouts have gone through Troop 460, the Troop 460 program, or approximately how many?
tried to do the math earlier. I'm thinking around 370, 380 scouts that I've seen in my Scoutmaster years. Reaching back to the 75 years ago, there's got to be at least twice that. The good news, if there is these 375 young men, they don't just join the troop and leave. We've had 91 scouts out of the 350 plus or minus since 1990. 91 of those scouts have reached the rank of Eagle. Now, statistics are somewhat boring, but National Scout Association tells us that in a typical year, 4 to 5% of all registered scouts make Eagle. Since 1990, our troop has averaged 22% of the scouts that have been registered attained the rank of Eagle. And it goes a long way with their goals, their achievements, their planning, and also the support not only from adult leaders, parents, fellow scouts, but again, back to the town and the civic organizations that we're working side by side with.
That is so impressive. Those statistics are really impressive. That is just so. What would you say your greatest accomplishment has been as Scoutmaster?
I don't have one, and I'll be honest with you. My accomplishment is their accomplishment. So when I see these young men come into the troop at 10 and a half or 11, very scared to get up in front of the group and talk, who isn't? But I see them go through their scouting years with a goal in mind, and they want to achieve several things, but one thing they want to become is an Eagle Scout. And so I'm just part of that equation. I'm part of their success. I'm part of their accomplishments. Yes, I have earned a few ribbons and pins over the years. Most specifically, Mayor Pat gave me a Mayoral Award for Exemplary Community Service Award. I had to look at that, see what it was. But it's for being a volunteer. And that's what I love doing. I love volunteering. I love seeing these young men, older boys, we'll call them, grow, have to plan, have to give leadership. So other than maybe me becoming an Eagle Scout, which was a tremendous accomplishment for me, my accomplishment is to see any of these scouts fulfill their goal. They become an Eagle Scout. And it's very warm and tender when some of these guys actually see you in the parking lot at Walmart or Safeway or Food Line or whatever, say, Mr. Morton, do you remember when? Yeah, I do. So I know that I've touched the lives of a few. And if that's considered an accomplishment, I'm very proud of that. Personally, like I said, I'm not here for me. I'm not here for Jim. I'm here for the scouting program and the scouts that are in our troop.
That is really heartwarming. And that's what a lot of volunteers and leaders are in it for. They're in it for the people that they're helping and they're serving. Right. And I can tell that you probably deserve that award from Mayor Pat, Mayoral Award. He was somebody who really liked to recognize public service and leadership, and yeah. So what do you think is on the horizon for the future of Troop 460?
Well, I think like everybody else, every organization, every family, COVID hit us hard. We lost scouts. We couldn't do things. We couldn't meet. we had to do everything on Zoom. How about that?
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of hard to camp on Zoom. We try to stay busy, and we are busy today. We have an aggressive program for the young men, the scouts that are in the troop. And the program includes not just outing or camping, that is part of scouting, but it also includes them giving them the opportunity to lead, to plan, to communicate, to have fun. And so within the troop are trying to instill those with the scouts that they can carry on those past traditions and hopefully into future traditions into further scouting within Mount Airy. We are celebrating our 75th year this year. And the fact that, you know, we've survived wars and famine, I guess, and diseases and such and forth and such like that. We're still focused, the troop is still focused on what we can do for our young men and how we can make them better citizens and stewards of the environment and their society that they are going to eventually have to jump into. And so we're equipping them with a few skills, and a lot of them are taking those skills, and using them in their now professional lives. So the troop is strong. The troop has always been strong. Yes, we have a few less members than we used to, but we've got an aggressive program. We've got support from our leaders and our parents, our charter organization that sponsors us. And like I said earlier, the town and the community service organization. So I'm not going to be around for another 75 years. Ain't no way. But if I'm around for another 3 or 4 years as a Scoutmaster, I'm sincerely hoping that the program continues to do what they've done in the community. And not only our scouts are young men, but their lives are enriched because of it.
That's really awesome. Congratulations on 75 years. I hope that, you know, it will become 100 years and 25 years from now. And thank you for all you do for these young men in our community. Jim, thank you again for sharing your story and providing information about Troop 460. You're a valuable leader for young boys and men in our community, and I really appreciate you being featured on Talk of the Town today.
I greatly appreciate your time, and I hope that this maybe springboards some scouts, some young men to join scouting, because it is something that is very rewarding for them.
Absolutely. I hope that we can reach some parents who see this and think that they want to sign their kids up.
Yep.
And be part of Troop 460. Thanks again, Jim. I appreciate it. And thanks again to our audience for tuning in today. If you have a business in Mount Airy, or if you're a local leader and would like to be featured here, reach out to me and we will get you on our schedule. Once again, I'm Donnamarie Needle, local realtor with Northrop Realty and sponsor of Talk of the Town, the Mount Airy Business and Leadership Interview Series. You can reach me directly at 301-466-3086 or donnamarie@northroprealty.com. And that will be all for today. We'll see you next time.
I'm the talk of the town. I know you're feeling it now.